Okay then, Helldivers, we are back and we have got loads to go over today as we've managed to receive our failure message coming from Super Earth High Command on the latest major order and received a brand new major order taking us into the next filler gate before we venture back into the gloomy mist that is the Terminid sector. We have also got some info coming from Mitchmus with regards to patches and ongoing discussions inside of the studio itself, and some more info to boot after that. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can get your video games cheaper for PC and console with the best deals, offers, promotions, and discounts running up to 70% off. The link is down in the description. And if you want to get involved with that giveaway, it's very simple. We're giving away an array of super credits, and you can get your hands on it just by putting a yellow love heart in the comment section below. We'll announce that one in just a few days' time. Nonetheless, so with that being said, let's dive into the game and see what it is that's happening right now in Helldivers 2. So starting off, we have got a massive failure notice coming from Super Earth High Command as, yes, you guessed it, we managed to fail the latest major order. Collecting samples didn't seem so easy after all. But the failure message states right here, the Helldivers, braving the deepest depths of the gloom, were violently mobbed by waves of monstrous Terminid mutants. Forced to fight for life and liberty, the Helldivers were unable to meet target sample numbers. However, the Helldivers did not yield. Spitting in the face of the Terminid's newly expanded air power, the Helldivers doggedly refused to allow Hellmire to fall to the Dragonroaches, and the Outpost Alpha remains safe. Operation Righteous Reclamation will continue as long as the path to the Hive world remains open. Soon, our boots will thunder down the path once more and squishing every bug in their way. So yes, we did fail, but in terms of failing, you take it how you want to take it. We've managed to keep Hellmire actively open, which means that our pathway into the gloom over on O'Shawn is still active at this point in time. Essentially, we just need to make sure that Hellmire is safe, and we'll always have that pathway into the gloom for the cave missions, the Hive Lords, and so much more. But it doesn't seem to end there, as it seems that the stuff in the gloom is now starting to venture out of it. This major order briefing states right here that multiple gloom-adjacent planets have come under heavy Terminid attack. Large swarms of fascist insects have been reported descending upon several Federation-held planets, overwhelming siege defenses and eating innocent colonists. There are worrying signs that the gloom itself may be expanding for the first time since the end of its initial expansion. There is no provocation for this attack. The Terminid swarm have unilaterally violated the unspoken ceasefire between Gloom and non-Gloom territories. The Helldivers are called to the immediate defense of all besieged planets. Be advised that there are unverified reports of mutated Terminid strains previously confined to the Gloom out on the battlefield. Holding these territories is likely critical to preventing the further expansion of the Gloom. Do not allow this infestation to propagate further into our galaxy. And it definitely seems the case, as it's getting a little bit chaotic out here right now. If we take a look over on the Galactic War table, we can see right here that we have got a few planets already under attack. Our major order is to defend against 7 attacks from the Terminids in 1 week, which is actually a little bit crazy, considering we're looking at Galactic, which currently right now has a level 20 invasion on 24 hours, and Crimsica, which is at a level 50 invasion for the next 48 hours. Now, the way that we're actually been looking at this is that Fori Prime right now has a gambit on both planets. The main target that we actually issued through live stream, we put up a ginormous poll, and around 2,000 of you guys voted totaled that Crimsica should receive the DSS. So we should be posting up our DSS over above Crimsica and attacking Fori Prime to go for that double gambit. Or at least that's what our live stream managed to come up with after the poll was issued. If you guys are thinking something better, then let me know in the comment section below. But right now, we have just got to keep these attacks safe. We do know that Hellmire is definitely going to be on the listings of attacks at some stage or another, so make sure that you keep an eye on that one, because we don't want to lose this, and they will 100% attack it, as it's our foothold into O'Shawn, which happens to be inside of the gloom. A really big one that we definitely don't want to lose. So for me right now, it's time to dive over on Fori Prime. Even though we do have the Dragonroaches over on Crimsica and the Rupture Strain currently on Galactic, as far as a strategically sound attack goes, allegedly that seems to be the best way. Let me know in the comment section what you guys are thinking of that one, because yes, everything seems to be going a little bit chaotic over on the yellow side. But in other news though, a lot of you guys will have noticed there was no patch update today. Mitchimus has put in a message into the Discord stating that there is no patch today. We combined it with the one that we did last week on Thursday. So yes, there has been no changes to the performance or the issues happening inside of the game right now, which has led a lot of people to be a little bit upset. Although a lot of people are also glad because it means that the Coyote is not being touched. There has been some discussions going on though. There is obviously some movements happening with the audio issues, visual issues, crashes, bugs and glitches. We're just kind of waiting for them to actually get it finished and get it released. With regards to the amount of space that it takes up on your PCs though, we know full well that there is a massive file that is there for you guys to download Helldivers 2, meaning that you're having to download hundreds of gigabytes just to be able to play the game. Mitchimus has stated that there are ongoing discussions about how we can tackle this internally, and hopefully the file size should decrease over time. So we'll wait and see exactly how that one plays out. If we could just receive an update to start fixing some of these bugs, I'm not even bothered if it's 1 or 2, then I'd be greatly appreciated. Because as of an hour ago, the Helldivers 2 known issues list was actually updated, and it didn't have as much on it as I thought it would. They only issued out one new bullet point, which was that the Helldiver may be reinforced onto the roof of the Cave of Hive Worlds. Now, again, and I say this every time, make sure you remember that the Helldivers 2 known issues list are just the most mass-reported pieces. It doesn't mean that they're the only issues happening inside of the game, but it does mean that they are the most reported that we can see via tickets. If you are having certain issues with the game, then make sure you are submitting the tickets over towards the support team, and hopefully with more submissions will mean more eyes on the issue, and it will make its way over to the known issues listing, or at least that's what I take away from it. In other news though, we've also got the Dragonroach stats, which are now officially out. And yes, as we all thought, it's quite literally a flying Bile Titan with an AV of 4, a heavy armor penetrator across the entirety of its body, including the mane, the head, the crest plate, the caraplate, the inner torso, but the wings are currently unarmored. Now, don't take this one into a basis of you should just be shooting the wings. It doesn't actually cause any lethal damage, so you won't be able to just kill them via the wings itself. And by the way that the game has actually been playing just recently, it doesn't slow them down and it doesn't stop them spitting out fire. So I actually have no idea what the use is for shooting these wings, if you want my honest opinion. You can well do it and you'll cause some damage, but you need to be getting hold of those bigger AP weapons and the heavy APs and loading those off into the mainframe body and the head, and you'll probably cause more damage off on that one. But overall right now, the game's in a really good spot. If they can just get these performance issues down and out of the water, then the Helldivers would probably be sat a lot higher up than what it actually is. A lot of Helldivers aren't even able to play these days, which is extremely infuriating for people like me. Nonetheless, so we're going to take a look at your top comments from the previous video where we had a conversation about the Coyote potentially getting nerfed, social hubs coming in for the new IP from Arrowhead, and the allegedly of moves of 2 Hive Lords actually spawning inside of the game. Really, really odd. But your top comments right here are as following. They're worried more about the Coyote than the audio in-game crashes. Now, I don't actually believe that that is the case, and if that is the case, then I will be extremely upset. But I'll be also very, very surprised if I ever heard them say something like that. It just doesn't seem viable right now, and I would be very surprised if they issue out a nerf to the Coyote before they fix any of the current issues inside of the game. I'm always here to be proved wrong, but I would kind of like to hope I've got more faith in them than to do that. This next one states right here, Arrowhead, here's a new weapon we think you'll like. Helldivers, this is awesome. I can use this for almost anything. Thank you. Arrowhead, wait, you aren't supposed to have this much fun with it. We have to change that every single time. Now, actually, the way that this game has kind of gone has been a little bit better off after the 60-day update that happened late last year. And this has generally given us a bit more of a movement towards the weapons, and balance has always kind of been about accurate for the most part. They've changed a few tweaks here and there, but it seems to actually be okay nowadays. I can't imagine that they're going to nerf it, but if they do, hopefully it's not too bloody hard. And finally, this last one states right here, God forbid anyone use the new weapon that just came out, that they paid money for and are enjoying having fun. Yeah, I know. It's a little bit of a disappointing factor that their opinion is what it is, but again, no solid confirmation that it's ever going to get nerfed or be altered with at all. So take that one with a pinch of salt. Nonetheless, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today. Thank you very much again for watching, guys. I appreciate all your faces. Like, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.